Good morning, fellow Rotarians. I'd like to say a very good and blessed morning to you all. In another 5 minutes or 10 minutes max, we shall be starting today's session. I want to thank those that have joined and those I call the early arrivals. And very, very shortly, we shall begin the session for today. Thank you. Please stay online, please. Stay online. Thank you. second one.
Good morning, my district learning facilitator.
Good morning, my DJ.
Good morning. Good morning, fellow Rotarians and friends. I greet you all.
And dear fellow Rotarians, yes, let me welcome you to the second in the series of the online seminar that we've decided to be having and align each and every one of us to attend from the comfort of our homes. The idea is to bring up topical issues and monthly themes for discussion early in the month. And this could assist us as Rotarians to do more impactful projects in our various communities that we serve. The second in the series is the one we're having this morning, which we center around community economic development, which happens to be the theme for this month of October. Without wasting much of our time, I would like to invite our district governor, Rotarian Ifeyinwa Ejeze, to give us her remarks and let us to kick the program starting and then to give us her remarks. Thank you, District Governor. You are welcome.
Thank you, my district learning facilitator. Thank you, district leaders here present. Thank you, fellow Rotarians. We are here, like the district facilitator has said, we are here for the second series of our learning for this month. Let me start first by calling this meeting to order. I hereby call this meeting to order as your district governor. Thank you for finding time to log in this morning to join in this learning session. As you all know, training, knowledge is something that cannot be overemphasized. We can never have enough of trainings and we can never have enough of knowledge. Knowledge is something we seek on a daily basis. Every day we add to our knowledge, we learn one thing or the other. For today's section, I want to say that let's give this 1 or 2 hours time. Listen attentively to all the facilitators that will be talking to us this morning. I'm sure they have something to impact, a knowledge to impact in us. And if we listen attentively, before the end of these 2 hours, I am so sure you will pick something You will learn something and you will go home with something. This is something we have chosen to do, to get to your doorstep rather than bring all of you out. We reach out to you in your homes by just clicking and joining this morning in this training section. So please, I appreciate all the facilitators that will be taking you this morning. I appreciate my district learning facilitator, PDG Kola Shodipo, for always putting this together. And I appreciate our Rotarians for waking up this Saturday morning to join this training section. I wish all of us well, and I hope that at the end of the training, we'll be fully impacted and we'll have enough knowledge to go back to our various clubs and keep doing good in the world and carrying out projects and also impacting the knowledge we have learned to other Rotarians in our clubs so that they too can be knowledgeable as much as we are. I thank you all and I wish us all well this morning as we go along. Thank you. Don't forget, I need you to always join hands with me to create hope in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, our district governor. Thanks for always being there and for always giving us words of encouragement that will make us to continue to create hope in the world for our communities and for our world. For this morning, we're going to have two discussants and two topics. We're going to have one of our past district governors, the one we call Bill, the Opportunities District Governor, who is going to talk to us on stewardship and financial management of microcredit schemes. And we're also going to have one of our experienced and versatile past President Akin Odutola, who will be talking to us on elements of community economic development. I think we'll start with the past district governor, Bola Oyebade, who served in the year 2020-2021 when Rotary International asked us to open opportunities for our various communities and for our work. I'm sure we're all going to enjoy the session with him, and he's already online and he will be able to talk to us on the financial management and stewardship when we talk of microcredit scheme, which is one of the elements that are there in community economic development as an area of focus for Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. Bill, past district governor Bola Oyebade, please, you have the floor. Hello? Hello? PDG Oyebade, we can't hear you. Check your connection there. PDG Bill, we can't hear you. Muted. Hello? Fish. Maybe she's yeah. Yeah. Hello, fellow Rotarians. We are having a little bit of challenge. We are sorting it out. Just give us another 2 minutes. We'll be able to sort it out from PDG Bola Ribadi's end. It's far away from us. Sort out. Yes.
Can I be heard now?
We can hear you now, sir.
Hello. Yes, you can continue. Fellow Rotarians, apologies for that technical hitch. We can hear PDG Bola Oyebade now. Please go ahead, PDG Oyebade.
Okay, perfect. I'll use 2 devices. While one is supporting audio, the other will be supporting video. And I hope that will be clear enough for all of us. All right. Now, I would like to share screen.
Yes, sir, you can share screen. You are co-host, sir.
Okay. All right. Good morning once more. And again, I want to apologize for the little hitches there, but we'll just quickly move on. And I hope all of us will be able to benefit from this that we all have packed together. The topic again is stewardship and financial management of microcredit scheme. Stewardship and financial management of microcredit scheme. Let us start by defining what microcredit scheme is. Microcredit schemes are a type of microfinance that involves lending of small amount of money to individuals or to some group of people to help them to becoming better and self-employed or grow a small business, as the case is. Cottage businesses and very little businesses, if you like, call them the very, very small ones that some of us are quite interested in, people selling tomatoes, people doing little kiosks by the side, and in fact, even people doing POS, as the case may be. The borrowers tend to be low-income individuals, especially from less developed countries or developing countries like Nigeria, most countries in Africa, West Africa in particular, and in our system here in Nigeria. Now, this session is going to cover what stewardship is all about, how to strengthen microcredit grant management and transparency, the common stewardship issues we face every now and then, and what good stewardship practices are all about. As you all know, it's all about Rotary, and it's all about Rotary Foundation's fund that we are spending here. So what we are interested in, how the using of the Rotary Foundation fund in a responsible and transparent manner, implementing grant projects according to a Rotary Foundation policy, proper grant management for our, and the financial compliances that affect our microcredits. Now, what are the consequences of poor stewardship, where we are unable to make proper stewardship of the money we have collected for the microcredit that we have given out, we've disbursed to people? What will happen most of the time is there is a loss of Rotary fund. The fund that has been used in matching and that have been amassed together to give to these people could be lost. There could be damages in Rotary's reputation because Rotary is involved. The project could be weakened. We will not achieve the project's dictates. The objectives of the project will no longer be achieved. The limit, the impacts which we are expecting, the development of the lesser people, the poor people in the society that we are trying to uplift will be limited. There's also negatively impacts beneficiaries. There is a risk sanction. With risk sanction by Rotary International, then definitely it fails our four-way test dictates. Why is good stewardship important? So good stewardship is very important so that we can safeguard Rotary's fund. All these funds that are there, we should safeguard them. We should not throw the money away. We should maintain our Rotary's reputation. Our Rotary reputation is our brand. This is something we all stand for. And it is what everybody knows us for in our society. We should maintain it. It also enables strong, long-lasting projects with positive impacts on the beneficiaries. All the people that are going to collect money from Rotary, they are going to continually do longer lasting projects. It also allows clubs to continue global grants work without fear of sanction. Where one particular global grant has been approved for a microcredit, it means year in, year out, such microcredits can continue to be done. Just like we have with the Rotary Club of Bagada, that's a very strong club with microcredit project. It passes our four-way test by all means. What is the general practice? Involvement of full club. All the club must be fully involved, not a few people, not just one or two persons. Communication between host and the international partner. Who are the hosts? We are the hosts. You are the one, the people that are benefited. The people where the beneficiaries are the hosts. The international partners are the people that are supporting you with funds outside their country. They are the ones that are holding on with some strategies also. They support with finance, they support with strategy. They are our foreign partners. These are the international partners. Communication with beneficiary community. The beneficiary community are the people that are collecting the money that we're giving the microcredits to. We should continually have good communication with them. We should tell them what is happening. They should know what is happening. Reports should be ongoing at all times. If you have to, you can set a weekly communication channel. On a weekly basis, you address the people. Let them come to a particular place, somebody's office, the Rotary office, the Rotary Club, and let us meet with them. Let us know how they are spending the money, what impact the 20,000 you have given these people, the 50,000 you have given them, how are they spending it? Let us know. Then you also should communicate through a report to the international partners. People must understand, the people that are funding us should understand what we are doing. Don't wait till after 1 year and questions are being raised. People have changed. A lot of things have happened before you begin to make communication. Set your communication not later than once a month. Once a month. There are some, for microcredits, once a month should be the maximum. For non-microcredits, it's a different thing. But for microcredit that we're discussing right now, it shouldn't be more than every 4 weeks. So please, communication is very, very important. On a monthly basis, do your communication. Also, part of what is good on for stewardship is that control of the project funds remains with Rotarians until grant purchases are made. The purchase now in this time is the fund that we're giving to the people. So please, by all means, we should not remove the money to another microfinance institution, the MFI. All the money should be in one financial institution and the one that has been approved by Rotary International. Now let's look at the stewardship. The planning is very important. This is it's a simple diagram. It's Rotary design, so don't think it's mine or this not mine. It's Rotary design. It's stewardship and the project lifestyle. You can see the planning there. It's what we're looking at. Planning, then the acquiring of resources. You need to have made adequate planning, then eventually the resources that you'll be using, a human capital resources, the fund you'll be using, then the available projects and all that. Let's just talk further on what is good for the stewardship just before the project begins. It's expected that you'll have performed a community assessment. We have taken this for granted. This is something that has been said and agreed to by Rotary International since July 1st, 2018. So it's not as if anybody is popping up an idea right now or that you are creating a new will. No, it is something that has been approved by Rotary International to be the best standard. So the best standard is for us to perform a community assessment, knowing fully well the demography of the people that will be requiring this fund. Don't just give fund away to people that really do not need it. Don't start giving 200,000 to people that are selling pepper. You give them 20,000. 20,000 naira is good for them. 10,000 naira of Nigeria of today is good for people that are selling pepper, for people that are selling little thing, cola, and people that are selling biscuit. By the time you give them 50,000 naira, they are able to stock up heavily. You need to develop financial management plan, part of what we're discussing right now. Get qualified accountant, people that are practicing accounting to design a proper financial management plan for the project. That is very important. You need also to solicit for competitive bids. Competitive bids in this time now is to look for a good MFI. MFI as in microfinance institution. Look for, there are so many of them these days, but like we all know, some of them are better than some. Some of them will just come and they will pick your money and they will not disburse. So we need to look for a good financial microfinance institution that we know have been tested by so many people, by so many organizations, and we can trust. So let's look for them to do that. Now, generally, I just want to quickly share this with you. We have the host sponsor and we have the international sponsor. We are the host sponsor. So your responsibility as a host sponsor essentially is to initiate the project, which you have done. We look for the microfinance, the people that we want to give microfinance credits to. The conduct needs assessment, which we have community assessment, which we have mentioned earlier, to manage the project on a daily basis and manage the budget of the project. We also need to provide assistance and support, receipts, project, and you receive project fund, because when the fund comes into you, you are the one that is going to disperse, you know the people to actually give the microfinance to. The international sponsor, you might want to ask what they are doing. They provide the financial and technical support for you at all times. They also perform tasks that can be done remotely. They visit the project sites where possible. If it's not too far away from them, like we have, I think we're going to start also, we've had some of their international partners coming down to Nigeria to directly supervise some of the projects. These are best practices. Now, it's essential to mention that your club must be qualified to participate in this global grant. You know, your microfinance credit, it's not a local thing. So your club should have been qualified already to participate in the global grant. You need to develop the project plan, as mentioned earlier. You must have the project committee. It is not a one-man business. I really do not want to mention a particular club right now, but I've noticed that that particular club have left all the microcredits running in the hands of only one person. How that particular person was able to just amass everything to himself is still, to me, mind-baffling. We shouldn't allow that. There should be a committee of a minimum about 5 people. Let's have about 5 people that are managing this thing and reporting on them periodically. So that's that. The project, like I mentioned, we should develop a communication plan with the partner. Let's develop, can that be left for me to control at this end, please? Let's develop a communication plan. With a partner, so that we can have the host partner. Before the project, we should disclose potential conflicts of interest, maybe. Then if anybody is doing anything within our club that we think are the best supplier, let us disclose it. We must open a bank account to be used exclusively for the grants, nothing more. It has to be for that micro credit. From there, you now transfer money into the MFI. The bank account should also require 2 signatories minimum. There should be 2 signatories minimum. I will always advise 3 signatories so that where one person is not available, another person can quickly, the alternate person can easily come be onboarded and quickly support with the signatories also. So that's, now let's quickly move to the project implementation. During the project implementation, which of course is the disbursement of the final, there should be regular visits to the beneficiary to monitor the project. Let's see what these people that said they are going to spend about 20,000 naira to buy biscuits and sell. Let us go and see. They want to grind pepper, and we have advanced the money to buy machines to start grinding pepper. Let us go and see if they actually bought the machine. Let us go and see if the sewing machine they said they are going to use this money to buy, they've used it. Let us go and see if they said they're going to rent kiosk, they're going to rent a shop. Let us go there and inspect. If need be, let us support them in renting the shop for them. We need to be hands-on on it. You know, it's our project. It's not their project alone. It's our project. We're in partnership with it. So we should adhere to project plan and financial plan. Let us have a proper plan with these people. The people we're advancing the money to, we must have proper plans with them. Don't just give them the money and walk away and play Mr. Big Man, Madam Big Man. You are not handing cash people. You are doing projects in partnership with them. Don't forget at all times, this is not your personal thing. You are not doing Father Christmas. You are not doing Mother Christmas to anybody. Rather, you are doing a Rotary project. You are doing a project that needs stewardship performance at all times. You are doing a project that you do not need people just to clap for you at the side of the line, like politicians. Rather, you are impacting lives of people. At all times, don't let us give cash. Let us use checks and let us do bank transfers directly. That way, when we are doing our audits, there will be an audit trail. For those of us that are accountants, that are auditors, we understand what audit trail is. We understand what all these plans are. On our ledger, we can see how the money has gone out to specific people. We can tell clearly, we can tick one after the other and say, yes, indeed, this is correct. We have given check to X person and not given a check drawn in your name. And we are saying that the real beneficiary is another person. There won't be audit trail there, there won't be tracking. So let us track directly. If you are giving finance, we are giving money, we are issuing money to a particular beneficiary, let it be the final beneficiary, and let the person be able to sign for it and accept that he or she has collected the money. So use checks at all times, use direct bank transfers, and we can track easily. What is good for stewardship? During the project implementation, we should share updates. I've mentioned that earlier, but now I'm reiterating it. Let us share updates at our regular club meeting. It is not a one-man business. And that is why we should have 4 or 5 people in that committee. 4 or 5 people in that committee. So that even where the chair is not making a direct report, we can have assistant to the chair making direct report. This is the direct primary contact. So let the person be able to make reports at all times. Even if it's going to be a district-wide project, it has to be done also like that. Let's share updates at our regular meeting, and let's share updates also with our international partners. Let's share updates with them. They should know what is happening. We all know what communication is. For some of us that are communication experts, we know that communication must pass at all times. If communication does not pass, then there will be barrier, there will be mistrust, and there won't be any follow-up on it. All right, so it's a beautiful marriage. Even within our typical marriages, where husband is not communicating with the wife, or the wife is not communicating with the husband regularly, there will be eventual chaos. So please, let's share updates even with our partners. Now, during the project implementation, we should request for receipts and invoices for all the grant expenses. People said they want to buy grinding machine, they want to buy clippers and all that. Let us demand for receipt and let us maintain proper ledger. Proper ledger is proper record. For those that are not accountants or financially biased, just maintain proper record. It's a small journal, just write it down and begin to write and minus, plus and minus. Keep backup of all copies of for documentation. What Rotary International has advised is a minimum of 5 years. International Financial Standards says 7 years. So please, let us just maintain all this documentation for as many years as possible. Let's run it for 10 years before we destroy them. Let's run them for minimum 7 years before we begin to think of destroying any of all these things, okay? Now let's quickly look at the evaluation, because I need to quickly run this over. Still on stewardship lifestyle of the project, we're looking at the evaluation and promotion right now. After the promotion, after the project has been implemented, let us measure our project, the people we have given the financial advances to. Let us maintain the relationship with the beneficiaries. We shouldn't just give them fund and go away. No, we are friends for life. We are friends for life. I mentioned previously, keep our financial record for at least 5 years. Anything can happen in the future. Keep all these documents. Don't keep them in a place where, you know, in Nigeria, typically, many of us will move houses in 1 to 5 years. Please keep all these things in proper places, file them up. If you have to, what I do is tell people to have all documentations copied. Copy them and share with other people. Copy 1 copy, 2 copy, 3 copies, and share with other people. Then keep the original copy with yourself, with a copy also. Share with at least 1 person. That way you maintain a proper recording and documentation. It's important I mentioned, I'm reiterating, submit a report on the project every year via online grant center. It is important. That's what Rotary International says. Go to the portal, the grant center, and make your submission within a year. As a matter of fact, as soon as you finish the project, where the project is still very fresh in your mind, quickly collect all your invoices and
Well, hello, we can't hear you.
Am I heard now?
Please go ahead. We can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, as I round up this, I say it's proper for us to, let me quickly share some stewardship issues in microcredit scheme. Wrong reporting, periodic refunds. When people are reporting them, some of us might not want to do that. That is not proper. No competitive bids for choosing the microfinance institution, the MFI that will be chosen. We should go through proper selection process. Undisclosed conflict of interest. If anybody has interest, you want to give some of the money to your relative, people that are related to you, all this should be quickly disclosed. Allowing funds to be channeled to another project is a very wrong thing. People have requested that they want to buy grinding machine, pepper grinding machine. Suddenly they're collecting the money and they're putting it in their pocket. That's not acceptable. Or putting the money into yet another project entirely. It's not acceptable. Excessive, huge fund disbursement to one person instead of several people. Do not forget, this is a micro credit scheme. And it's meant to be little fund. It's not huge money. Don't give 200,000 naira to only one person or to just 5 people, where you can distribute to 1 million naira to 50 people. It's supposed to be microcredit. It's supposed to be money for the low of the low people. So please, let the money be very minute so that it impacts more on people and not just very few people. And the last layer is for the project management entirely by one Rotarian. This is a no-no. The project must have a team that will be managing it, and all of us must be fully involved. I've always advised 4 or 5 persons are very good, not one person, not 2 people. 3 people is okay, 4 people is perfect, 5 people, a team that you can really call a team. So a diverse knowledge will come when it comes to managing it. It's on that I want to fence off and say thank you very much for listening, and I hope this has impacted positively on your mind. And I'm very, very sure that with this, all of us that are listening will be able to cascade to those that are not here and inspire other people so that they can come up with good stewardship when it comes to microcredit schemes and generally the Rotary Foundation project. Thank you very much, my district learning.
Thank you so much, Past District Governor Bola Oyebade, for that detailed presentation on stewardship as regards micro credit scheme. We appreciate you. Please stay online. I know our fellow Rotarians may have some comments or questions, but we're going to take all the questions and comments together after the second presentation by the next speaker. Please stay online, note your questions and comments, my fellow Rotarians, and we're going to take all questions together after the next presentation, which will be presented by past President Akin Odutola of the Rotary Club of Bagada. Rotary Club of Bagada has done a lot of microcredit projects, and he is better positioned to be able to talk to us on the elements of community economic development. Let us welcome Past President Akin Odutola as he takes us through the elements of community economic development for the next 20 to 30 minutes. Thank you.
Well, good morning, fellow Rotarians, my district governor, my chair, district learning, DG Olashodipo. Good morning, and I thank you, sir, for bringing me here this morning once again. The topic today is elements of community economic development. And so very briefly, we'll go into the introduction. Economic and community development is the 6th Rotary area of focus, one of the 7 areas of focus which are vehicles through which most successful and sustainable Rotary service are implemented. Economic and community development at the community level is a way in which Rotarians around the world are involved in projects that support investment in people to create measurable and enduring economic improvements in their lives and community through 1, building capacity to support economic growth and reduce poverty. 2, developing opportunities for work. 3, scholarship for studies in economic and community development. Types of community economic development projects. Some common types of economic and community development projects are poverty alleviation, which is part of what we are discussing today, giving micro loans to the needy or to the less privileged or the challenged. Income generation, marketing, leadership skills, education, and training. Like we all know, that Rotary, and most especially with the Rotary Foundation, you cannot do training is very vital and most important in most of the things that we should also do. Stages in making projects sustainable. In Rotary, for economic development projects to be successful and sustainable, it has to go through some stages. 1, planning. Just like our PDG Bola everybody I just mentioned earlier, acquiring resources, which also has to do with a whole lot of resources that must be put in place in making sure that our plans are well tailored. Project implementation. Project also should be implemented according to as planned. Evaluation and promotion. That's also one thing that we should always do to make sure that we evaluate our projects and to be able to make sure that the impact in which we feel our project we want to reach, or probably the mileage we wanted to acquire, is achieved. Rotarians also can leverage knowledge on Rotary Action Groups, that is the RAG, Rotary Community Corps, that is the RCC. We can partner them to do a whole lot on microloan projects. The Rotary Action Group for Microcredit and Community Development guides members in planning and funding economic and community development activities. It co-hosts microcredit conferences and helps to advance the field of microcredit and community development worldwide. The Rotary Community Corps is a team of known Rotarians who are flexible partners of service for Rotary clubs. Rotary Community Corps can offer key insights into the intricacies of the local community and economic market. It's also very important that the Rotary Community Corps should be an avenue in which a lot of our clubs should use in reaching out to communities, being able to know the heartbeat of this community, their pulse, and be able to know how to, it will also help in making sure that our projects are well implemented. Sustainability of projects. Community and economic development projects can also be achieved with the Rotary Foundation Global Grants in fulfillment of all global grants eligibility requirements, which are 1, sustainability, measured goals, 3, align with an area of focus, 4, respond to real community needs, 5, actively involve Rotarians and host communities or host members. Grant scope. Community economic development global grant scopes are outlined below. 1, scholarships, supporting graduates level studies in grassroots economic development and community development and organizing. Community development, training related to community leadership in comprehensive community-led and coordinated community development activities. Vocational training, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and sellable skills. This also takes us to our project that we have in the Igbogo, the Vocational Training Center, which also has to do with empowerment, part of what is covered under economic and community development. Small business, development of a small business, cooperative, and social enterprise. So also very important that the cooperative society would help a great deal in making sure that our microloans are effectively carried out. Microcredit, access to financial services, including microcredit, savings, and insurance, must be in partnership with the microfinance institution. Agriculture, development for sustenance and small farmers, including facilitating access to markets, upgrading architecture and irrigation practices. Now, it takes us to the element of the community development, community economic development. And we have 3 of them. 1 is supporting economic growth. Microloans can help the economic growth of a community by means of promoting new businesses, building new set of business networks, opening up the community to new ideas of development. 2, by offering financial services tailored to their specific needs, such as agricultural loans, like we said earlier before, livestock financing, microfinance banks enable rural individuals and community to actively participate in economic activities, thereby improving their livelihood. 2, attracting and retaining business that are beneficial to the community. To address the needs of existing and future business in the community and maintain a healthy business environment. Additionally, the community will use a variety of economic strategies to attract new businesses and to retain existing businesses. That's one thing also that the microloans does, because it also helps to attract and also to retain businesses in the community, whereas helping to develop the growth of that community. Encourage the retention of existing industry and employment generators in the community by providing and maintaining high quality service and facility. 3, maintain long-term physical strength and stability, meaning the community economic base and the revenues it generates is important to the long-term physical viability of providing a high level of desired service to the community. Now, let's look at a few of our local examples here in our district here, and as well as in Rotary District 911, the most common ways we have been able to address economic and community development is through microcredit loans and empowerment. And citing examples, I would like to also start with my club, because my club seems to, don't let me say, almost like we do a lot of microcredit projects. The first one is we have a microcredit. So also Bagada partnering with other Rotary clubs. The Rotary Foundation and an organization is currently involved in 4 microcredit programs. Number 1 is a microcredit loan at Igboukwu community, Ikorodu, for 250 beneficiaries at the sum of 10 million naira. It's a global grant project, and it's renewable every year. Microcredit loans at Ososa community, Ijebu, to 250 beneficiaries also as well at 13,500,000. It's also a global grant. Microcredit loans and adult literacy at HIV, Cotonou, to 250 beneficiaries. It's a project of $35,000, also a global grant. We also have a microcredit loan at Igbo-Loyin, Oyo State, in partnership with Samuel Adegbite Foundation for 250 beneficiaries for the sum of 20 million naira. So the beauty of it also is that this project, we can also carry them out with partners that are non-Rotarians in order to enable us to make their lives better and also to reach out to the less privileged. On the empowerment hand, the deep microcredit facility run by DWEF, I think a lot of us are so aware of this district economic empowerment program through the DWEF that we run here at the district. Housing Bagada South also has an ongoing microcredit loan program at the Society, Ijebu, and as well as Housing Lagos also has a microcredit loan program that is being carried out. So, who we are as Rotarians, we have also helped through our clubs and the district with various empowerment programs that have helped to alleviate the suffering of the poor by bringing hope and smiles to their faces. This has been done through the training of people to acquire skills, supporting with equipment in helping to improve their well-being. A good example is the facility at Igboukwu, where people learn various skills for empowerment. And also a lot of clubs also are carrying out empowerment programs and projects year in, year out. As Rotarians, our utmost desire of fulfilling these 7 areas of focus has great impact in improving the lives of the poor by helping the less privileged to send their children to school, giving opportunities to the less privileged to start a business, and thereby helping to improve the economy of their community. As we are rounding to the end of this, let me leave us with these quotes. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. And the last one, I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I do know, the only ones among you who will be happy, who will be really happy, are those who have sought and found how to serve. This has been written by very notable people, Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, and Herbert Schwartz. Thank you so very much as we get to the end of this So my name is Rogeriana Akinwale Odutola, past president, Rotary Club of Dakar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rotarian Akin Odutola. We appreciate you and we thank you for your presentation. My dear fellow Rotarians, thank you for staying on. And I believe we must have picked one or two things from the two presentations. The first one by past District Governor Bola Oyebade, and the second one that has just ended by past President Akin Odutola. So the floor is now open for questions on the two aspects of today's presentation. You are just you either put your question in the chat room or just indicate by raising up your hands, and then you'll be unmuted and called to ask your questions or make whatever remarks or comments that you have. So the floor is open now, please. Rotarian Lawrence, please unmute yourself and ask your questions.
Okay. Good morning, facilitators. Good morning, fellow Rotarians.
Good morning.
My question will come in form of a scenario. I know that when you give microcredit to individuals, you are actually expected to recover the funds. I believe so.
Yes.
Now, I want to paint this scenario. So you have a situation where maybe every day you drive through a particular market, you know, and you see maybe a lady and her two children sitting on the floor, and what they have as a business is just a small tray of bitter cola that they are selling, or maybe a small tray of a fresh pepper that doesn't even look very fresh, and that is what they rely on. So if you want to give credit to such kind of individuals, you know very well that they actually need capital to raise their business. So I'm looking at a scenario where, for example, you have a company around that market also who also sees this scenario, and both of you have been speaking, and you want to collaborate to give some kind of support to some of these very low, as I can say that they are below microcredit, let's say microscopic microcredit kind of thing. And you know very well that it's going to be very difficult to go back to recover some of these funds. And you collaborate with this company and they say, okay, I would like to support, let's say 15 or 20 of such category of people. And maybe a Rotarian in a particular club says, okay, if you do 15, I will personally also support, let's say 15. So you have 30 of them that you want to give credit to. The Rotary Club as a club is not actually using their personal funds, but you have a collaboration between an individual in the club. But the club will collaborate with this company to give this, to support these 30 people, maybe by giving them like 20,000 each and all that. So I would like to find out, how do you handle this type of credits? You know, what is the process? What would be the procedure? My initial thinking was that, okay, we'll get the company to pay into the club account, and the Rotarian will pay into the club account, and then a group of Rotarians in the club will identify and then administer these funds. There will be no recovery. So I'd like to hear from the facilitators how such kind of things is handled. Thank you.
Thank you. PDG Bill, you want to take that question?
Yes, I will.
Okay, please.
All right. Now, what I think it's required, first and foremost, just to have a needs assessment. They are selling bitter cola. Looking at the scenario you have created, they are selling bitter cola, they're selling fresh pepper. You think they are very, if you like to call them the low, that's your own open assessment, let me say. But first and foremost, do a needs assessment. When you do a needs assessment, you can tell how much the woman's stock really is. That's number one. Then you can tell how much she sells on a daily basis, and you can tell what her needs are generally. She pays school fees, what her husband does, and if there are other kinds of income that comes into that particular economy. Now, it's very important that, and I mentioned that most of all these people, they are not as low as we think. That is the simple truth. And because we spend personally huge money on a daily basis, we tend to look down at these people and wonder how they are surviving. The truth is that some of them are sending children to schools that are very expensive. Some of them are making contributions and sending children to schools overseas. But because in your mind, and obviously you are seeing them selling bitter cola, honestly, you'll be so surprised that at the end of the day, what this woman turns over, what this man turns over, what this wretched looking person turns over on a daily basis is more than what somebody that earns 100,000 naira on a monthly basis turns over. Part of what we don't think about is that we don't even think that they do not pay taxes. We don't think that they do not even pay for shops, high shop rents and all that. Now you need to do a proper needs assessment. We are going to take this on the road trip on a flat basis. Now you've done your needs assessment. Now you've realized how low they really are. So Rotary needs to give them money. People need to give them money. We can run them through the global grant. When we run them through the global grant, it is strict. We must go through everything must be checked and overchecked because there is that stewardship thing we need to give. If we are not running it through global grants, we are running it through, like you are thinking, through our club. Let them come in. Somebody's got money. We collect some of this money. Then we put it in the club. Stewardship still comes into it. Okay? We can support them, but we're not making any report to any international body. Rather, we're making reports to those people that have contributed money. If they are the kind of group of people that do not even want reports from us, stewardship still goes to and within our club. Let's still get what they actually need. If we need to do collaboration with anybody, any organization, then we should give stewardship reports to those people. That's very important. But first and foremost, let's do that needs assessment to be able to ascertain specifically what these people need. If it's 50,000 they need, let's advance it. If it's 20,000, if we need to relocate them from the roadside and put them into proper shops, into proper kiosk, appropriate kiosk, that's the essence. That's the impact that we are looking at in Rotary. Because, we can say because they are turning over so much money. Let us leave them to continue to sell by the road. Their life expectancy is affected. You know, Rotary is such a beauty that if you think inwardly, you realize that what you are even doing right now is impacting beyond what you are saying. You can imagine not relocating the woman. You only gave her money to continue to do her poly on the way. One day, Beku comes and Beku removes her from that way and she dies. What happens to her dependents, relatives? It means all of those people might suffer. In fact, some of them will definitely suffer. That's just, you can imagine removing her from that roadside and putting her in a place where her life expectancy is more protected and she's able to continue to do this continually. You've given her money to relocate, get a shop for her, get shops for them, eventually give them money to get to stock up their wares, and they're able to sell and they're able to turn over faster and even more profitably. So those are the things we need to think. Needs assessment, we keep saying it, is very important, but most of us don't do the needs assessment. We only leave the needs assessment. We've done needs assessment. They need money. How do you know they need money? If you know they need money, how much do they need? You should give them the kind of money that will change their lives, that will affect their lives, impact their lives positively, not the kind of money that will affect their lives, impact it negatively. So when done that needs assessment, then we can now run through the next level, which is how is the resources coming? The resources is coming from versus the resources is coming from cooperation with some other people, even with some other clubs. They will now know how we now channel our kind of stewardship. That is the way we should look at it. It's very important that we analyze, bring in people that are expert, people that have done it before. Let's go online, let's check for best practices, and let's go for it. I hope that's able to answer that.
Thank you so much, Pastor Governor Ibade. There's a question in the chat room asking for criteria for participating in microcredit global grant. I think somebody asked that question. I'll ask Past President Odutola to please take on that question.
Thank you very much, sir. The criteria are quite simple. And the first thing that needs to be done is the club needs to attend the foundation grant seminar. That is number one. And also be able to pick up a form and fill that form, signed and submitted. Again, carry out needs assessments. So very important, just like our PDG Bola Yebade has just mentioned, that needs assessments will tell a whole lot and also will help in helping to develop a good project. And again, write out, look for partners, international partners, which is so very important. Because with international partners, we'll be able to do a whole lot with the little you put into our foundation account. And again, write a very good proposal. That has to be done, because that is what you send to your international partner to read and also to look through. And the very good proposal, your sure bet that we are on the right track. Then go online to the grant center and fill the grant application form. Once the grant application form is filled and submitted and is being assessed and evaluated by the Rotary Foundation and it's been approved, then you are good to go. Thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you, Past President Akin Odutola. Is there any other question or comment? Please put your question in the chat room and or just indicate by raising up your hands. Yes, there's a comment in the chat room asking us that at one of our sessions we should take on project management skills to train Rotarians on project management skills, using management consultants or experts in that field. Thanks so much, my Rotarian, I can't see the name, engineer, what's his name? PM. Engineer PM, I don't know who that one is, but I appreciate that comment. It's been noted, and we'll look at it and accommodate the suggestion going forward. Thank you so much for that comment. Questions, comments? Questions, comments? Okay. Well, I take it that all of us are satisfied for now with today's presentation, and what is left is for me to thank each and every one of you. We have, at the last count, we had about 75 people online. Okay, that's Amosu Ibikuli. Please unmute and ask your question. Amosu Babatunde.
Well, I've just thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I've just thank you for the fine presentation. But there is someone who just sends a message to the group now. It's a question. Maybe you can attend to it. But I've just thank you for your fine presentation. Thank you.
Yes, there's a question. It says, what are... I can't see the question. What are the prospects of Rotaract getting involved? Yes, I will take that question. Effective last Rotary year, 1st of July 2022, Rotary International has authorized and allowed Rotaractors and Rotaract Club to participate in district and global grants. But in terms of experience, Rotaractors and Rotaract clubs may not have that experience for now. So what we are encouraging and suggesting is that if there is a Rotaract club that is interested in either district grant or global grant, we encourage you to come together, 1, 2 Rotaract clubs, and approach the district and or approach your sponsoring club or any other Rotary club that have had that experience, so that you learn hands-on on how to go about it, and then subsequently you will be able to do the other district or global grant on your own as a Rotaract club. Yes, it's allowed by Rotary Foundation. Yes, it's has been approved by Rotary International, so you can participate. And I also remember that last Rotary year, 2022-2023, as the chair of the Rotary Foundation in the district, we authorized the release of district grant for about 3 or 4 Rotaract clubs that came together to do a project in the community in Shoke and Bagada area, and they did it very well. So you are welcome. Please approach the district for that. Is this fund a grant or a loan? Which fund? Well, there are 2 aspects to it. If it's a microcredit scheme, it's a loan. But if it's empowerment that you probably buy a grinding machine or you buy a sewing machine for somebody, that is a grant, like you give it to empower somebody that has learned a skill to go out and help themselves in their chosen fields and skills. So that's the difference. Then another question I'm reading: a simple step-by-step procedure for assessing district and global grants should be produced and circulated. a very insightful session. Rotarian Aki Adamu. Rotary, oh, that's the whole President Rotary Club of Ikoyi or Ikorodu Metro. Well, I can assure you that I have it. I will share it on your platform, on President platform later today or on Monday. Step by step way for you to access the district and global grant. Then there's another question. Somebody with a Galaxy A12 set and said, stop reflecting. Will it be out of place to have a district microfinance technical support committee designed to help in all technically related issues and guarantee success of microfinance projects? Yes, we have under in the district what we call district resource network. These are a group of Rotarians and past district governors and even a group of technical cadres that are there in that district resource network. They are versatile and they are experienced in writing global grants, not only for microcredit scheme, but for all sorts of global grants. And mark you, for each of the area of focus, there are certain guidelines for you to follow if you want to do a project in community economic development, in basic education and literacy. In fact, all 7 areas of focus. So all you need to do is to go through those guidelines as provided by the Rotary Foundation, and then you'll be able to know whether your project fits into that. But as to the technicality and the skill of those that are going to write it, yes, even when those that have been writing global grants for months, for years, could run into challenges in some of the aspects. And we encourage such individuals to approach the district. That's why the district governor is there. That's why the Rotary Foundation and the district grant committee chair and the committee are there to provide answers and help for that. I've noted your comment and I will pass it to the Rotary Foundation committee group going forward. Thank you for that. Any other question? Comments? Yes, I want to thank you once again for staying on. And that's a question. That's another question. Yeah. And maritime, was it? This one does not fit. Okay, there is a maritime institution such as marine students, graduates who are having difficulty in growing due to the expatriates getting upper hand on Nigerian graduates. Loan, grants, and streamlining framework. The club will promote the efficiency of the youth in the economy. Well, I'm not getting. Yes, the question is for Rotaract Marvelous Odushola. Please chat me after the program. I'm not getting the questions you are trying to post. Just chat me after the program and then we'll take it up from there. Are you talking of scholarship for the program or whatever it is? Let me know, but the question is not clear. Any other question? I'm trying to go through the chat room to be sure that we don't miss anybody out. Well, it's time, it's 12 minutes after 10, and we've spent close to, I think we spent over close to 2 hours now, about 2 hours. We still have some few more minutes. Yes, somebody He's raising up his hand. No. Okay. Thank you for thanking us. That's Rotarian Femi Olaleye. I think that's the president of the Club of Okpebbi. Thank you for thanking us, and thank you for staying on. Well, in the absence of any other question or comments, I would like to round up and thank each and every one of us that have created time out of our busy Saturday morning to listen to what we have to offer in terms of various aspects of community economic development, which is the theme for this month of October. As I said in my introductory remarks, it doesn't mean that everything or all projects about community economic development ends in this month. It's a continuum. We should continue to do the best we could in all the areas of focus to help humanity and serve the community that we are there to serve. And may, as I close, I pray that God in His infinite mercies will continue to bless the work of our hands as we use all our teeth to serve humanity the more. I thank you once again. Thank the district governor for joining us early. She's already left for other functions. And I want to thank the committee that has put it together. And I also want to especially thank our two discussants and speakers for today, past district governor Bola Oyebade, the Opportunities District Governor, and the one I call award-winning past president, Akin Odutola of the Rotary Club of Bagada. I want to thank you, sir, for being here early in the morning. And to the rest of us, my dear fellow Rotarians, I wish you well. Have a pleasant Saturday and weekend, and may God continue to bless our services to humanity. Thank you. God bless you all. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, my PDG, sir. All the best, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my PDG, Kola Shodanjo, and the facilitators. We appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend, and bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, King of Boys.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
And you too, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you, sir, from Rotary Club Agbara, Rotary Kuti, Sherifat Olubumi. Thank you, sir.
Agbara, I hope you are preparing for us for the family of Rotary.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotary and Fred Egbamuno from Agbara also. We appreciate your presentations and your discussions. Thank you very much.